Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Hungry Tourist, and today we're going to be talking about conversation topics for first dates. So the first date experience can be a little nerve-wracking to most people, but I have some tips for you to use to make you feel more at ease and comfortable. While I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to come into a first date with anything rehearsed or memorized, I do think it's a good idea to have some questions pre-planned out, just in case there's an awkward silence or you find yourself carrying the conversation throughout the entire date. So one of the easiest and most natural things to talk about on a date is your interests and hobbies. This is a great way to share with your date what you like to do and also ask them questions about themselves. You can start off by telling your date that you like to play hockey or you like to watch soccer and ask them what they like to do on their spare time. And of course, it doesn't have to involve sports. Maybe you like to garden or cook or read or watch television. This is a great open-ended question where you can find out so much about your date, and it can help lead into more conversation throughout the date. Okay, another conversation topic you can talk about is travel and adventures. You can ask your date, where's the last place you traveled to? What type of adventures do you like to go on? What is your preferred means of travel? Do you like to travel? If you could travel anywhere, where would you go and how long would you stay? Now, this is a fun question that you can have with someone. Maybe if things aren't going too well, it's a great icebreaker question. It really gets a person to open up and lets their imagination fly. Also, most people love to talk about themselves once they get started, and personal travels are a topic that people really like to share with others. I also think that the way people travel and where they like to travel really says a lot about them. This is a great way to get to know someone on a deeper level without asking those personal questions. Topic number 3, work and ambition. It's totally appropriate to ask someone what they do for work or what they do for a living. Now, if you've chatted before, you probably already know, but if this is a blind date or a setup, you may not know too much about their line of work. This is a great way to get to know a person. A lot of people really enjoy talking about their work and explaining what they do. They are an expert in this subject. Be aware though, some people do not like talking about their job. A lot of times, for some people, once they leave work, they really don't want to think about it too much. They may think of this date as a time to get away from work. They don't want to have the stress of work affecting their time with you. Also note that the first date is not a good time to ask someone about their income or the amount of money that they make at their job. Save that for once you really get to know someone. And let's say you are making a lot of money from your job. This also isn't a good time to brag about the amount of money that you're making. That's a no-no. This is really off-putting for the other person, and it may create an awkward situation. Another great topic to talk about is food and dining. You're most likely already at a restaurant or a coffee shop or a bar. Maybe you're at an ice cream shop. There's not a better time to ask someone what they like to eat or what type of restaurants that they like to go to. Or if they like to cook at home or if they like to eat out, or if they do cook at home, what types of foods do they cook? If you guys are getting along, this could be a good segue into asking for a second date. If you find out your date likes sushi and you guys are getting along well, why not invite them to a sushi restaurant that you know? This is the type of light conversation that you want to have with someone that can create a lot of banter between both of you. All right, and if you've covered a number of those other topics and things are going really well, you could ask them about their friends or their family. You can ask them if they're close with their family or if they have any family in town, where they grew up and is their family still there, what type of activities they like to do with their friends. I wouldn't ask any of these questions if the date wasn't already going well. If I couldn't see myself going on a second date with this person, I wouldn't ask any of these questions. These questions are getting a little bit more personal, and if you don't have plans to see the person again, why open any of this up for discussion? Another great topic to bring up with your date is life experiences. Now, this is a time where you can share funny anecdotes about yourself or your friends, or ask your date if they have any memorable or challenging experiences that shaped who they are. You can kind of go both ways with these discussions. You can have a more comical discussion and share funny stories, or you can dive into more serious conversation. For example, if someone is a nurse, you can ask them, what made you want to become a nurse? Or when did you decide to become a nurse? It's really up to you to decide what direction you want to go and the flow of the conversation as a whole. If it's a really light and fun date, I wouldn't sway one way and ask a very deep personal question. You might change the entire mood of the date. goals, dreams, and ambitions. Again, if the date is going well, you can ask someone what their short-term goals are and what some of their long-term goals are, and be open to sharing your own. And finally, remember, this isn't an interview or an interrogation. Try to bring up funny and lighthearted topics. Share jokes and funny anecdotes. If you're really feeling confident, you can even talk about some embarrassing stories that you have, but maybe not too embarrassing. This is a first date after all. It's a first date, so remember, be open and kind. You don't have to put all of your cards on the table at once, but you should put your best foot forward. Don't be anyone you're not, just be you. If this is your person, you are good enough. And don't sweat the small stuff. If you make a mistake or embarrass yourself, just keep going and move on. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and maybe you can pull out some tricks next time on your first date. Good luck, and please continue to watch for more English conversation lessons and travel videos. Bye!